how to maintain energy levels throughout the day if you have chronic fatigue. I'm going to be sharing lots of tips for you. I'll try and keep it as brief as I can. And if you stay to the end, I'm going to share something that really will be a game changer for you, I'm sure. And a lot of people aren't really talking about this. So let's get into it. Hi, if we haven't met before, I'm Katie Simpson and I have chronic fatigue syndrome. I've had it for 50 years and I have tried lots of different treatments and I'm gradually getting better. So I'm able to share these things with you because I so want to be able to help people to not struggle like I've had to. So the first thing is the spoon theory, which is to do with pacing. And the idea is that everybody has a certain amount of spoons in a day, and each activity that you do uses up a certain amount of spoons, and that can be different for everybody. And their energy levels in the first place can be different. So you need to work out your own levels of what you can cope with comfortably. So that is pacing. So most people say, don't push yourself. Well, a doctor that I have had the pleasure of having treatment with, Dr. Perrin, you can see his book below, he told me to do half of what I felt I was able to do, because a lot of us with chronic fatigue are A-type personalities. We're people who really push ourselves beyond our limits, and so if you do half of what you think you're able to do, you're probably in the right zone for you. This is an obvious one that I'm sure you've heard of lots of times. Get a good sleep. That can be almost impossible for people with chronic fatigue, but we have to do our best to at night time help ourselves to relax, to de-stress and get as good a night's sleep as we can. And there are sleeping aids that you can use. I've got videos on my channel about that, so have a look at that. Okay, so keeping calm is really helpful. So we tend to be people who are quite high anxiety and put a lot of pressure on ourselves. So if we just keep calm as we can during the day, try not to let that anxiety and that pressure build up, that will help our energy levels a lot. And don't put pressure on yourself. Just say to yourself, right, well, I really need to get this done today, but these other things aren't so important. So try and learn, I'm trying to do this at the moment, learn to allow yourself to skip some things or delegate them to somebody else. So yeah, be kind to yourself. Give yourself grace. You have an illness if you've got chronic fatigue syndrome, and a lot of people don't understand that illness, and a lot of the time we don't understand or appreciate that illness. But we need to be kind to ourselves and not put pressure on ourselves to get all of this stuff done. So notice what drains you. Different things drain different sorts of people. It can be things that you do that drain you, or people that drains you. It can be places that drain you. So notice what drains you and limit that. So if you've had a busy day or a difficult day, then the next day and maybe the next series of days, your body and mind and everything is going to need to take a bit of a step back probably, and that's okay. It's okay to pull back a little bit. What we want to create is we want to create calm and as much balance in our lives when we're struggling with chronic fatigue as possible, not to get these peaks of stress and troughs of total and utter exhaustion. So this is a good one. Learn to say no. Learn to say no. We can't do it all, and that's fine. That's fine. So we've just got to learn to say no sometimes and be at peace with that. So learning what drains you, something that might really help you, and I've got a link below, is a free quiz that I have. which helps you find your fatigue triggers, helps you to work out what is draining you so that you can minimize that. So the link's just below for that. And something easy that we can do to not cause a lot of stress on our bodies is sip water throughout the day and try and be hydrated really well without lots of caffeine, which can cause problems, and small meals as well, so that your body is not having to work really hard on digesting those foods, and foods that suit you as well and doesn't put too much stress on your digestive system. So thanks for staying to the end. So we often talk about just our physical capacity. We don't often talk about the other things. So there's also emotional energy and there is cognitive energy as well. If you're working really hard on studying, doing something that's cognitively really taxing, then that will drain you. And the same with emotional things as well. And some of us are more drained by one or other of these types of things. So do be aware of things that drain you emotionally, physically, and cognitively, and try and create as much balance as you can. So I hope that really helps. Do subscribe and like the video if you've enjoyed it. Do let me know if it's been helpful as well. And you'll find that link below to uncover your hidden fatigue triggers. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.